Welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into a massive, silent crisis hitting the Australian National Disability Insurance Scheme sector right now. And more importantly, we're looking at a highly targeted digital system built specifically to solve it. It's called the NDIS Capacity Revolution, driven by a company named ProviderRank, and their entire goal is filling empty NDIS beds in just 30 days. Let's get right into it. Look, our sources ask a brutally direct question here. Are empty beds draining your NDIS funding right now? I mean, think about it. Imagine running a four-bedroom supported independent living or SIL home in Western Sydney or maybe Geelong. You've got 2 empty beds, but your mortgage, your lease, your staff rosters, your insurance, those costs absolutely do not take a discount just because you have a vacancy. You are literally bleeding money every single day. And just to put a hard number on that pain point, $12,000. The data shows that every single empty SIO bed can cost a provider up to $12,000 every single month in evaporating revenue. When you start multiplying that by multiple empty rooms or, unbooked therapy schedules, you can see exactly how this threatens the actual survival of these really vital care businesses. It's what the research calls the silent capacity crisis. Overhead and rent running at 100%. Support staff sitting completely idle. Therapy schedules totally unbooked. It's this incredibly frustrating paradox where founders who literally started these businesses to provide genuine care are suddenly forced to play stressed out marketing director. They're spending up to 80% of their time just panicking about cash flow. So what happens? Panic sets in and they fall right into the generic agency trap. Desperate providers end up handing over thousands of dollars to local, generalist marketing agencies who treat this incredibly complex NDIS landscape like they're selling shoes or running a local pizza joint. But unless your SIL home comes with a side of garlic bread, that approach is going to fail. These agencies simply do not understand NDIS finding or compliance. The contrast between these generic agencies and the actual NDIS reality is just staggering. The generic guys will give you these vanity metrics, right? Thousands of clicks and impressions. But in reality, those are just unqualified job seekers or people frantically looking for crisis housing. The actual result for the provider? 0 signed participant agreements. The sources literally call this a cash bonfire. You're just burning ad spend with absolutely 0 to show for it. So, how do we fix the cash bonfire? Well, the source material points to a highly specialized solution, the ProviderRank acquisition engine. Instead of being just another ad agency, ProviderRank operates as a premier NDIS-specific growth partner. They completely replace the guesswork with a targeted digital system that was built exclusively for the disability sector. This engine runs on a really clever 3-step, done-for-you process. Step 1 is a deep NDIS audit to achieve local Google Maps dominance, basically putting your service exactly where families are already looking. Step 2 is a high-converting participant engine, using funnels that actually speak the complex language of the NDIS. And Step 3 secures consistent inquiries using a real-time lead screening system. That final step, the automated participant qualification, is an absolute game-changer. Our sources define this as pre-filtering every single inquiry for specific NDIS funding status and service category. This is huge because it strips out all the irrelevant noise. It ensures that providers are only spending their time talking to participants who are genuinely ready to start and actually have active funding. Okay, but a system is really only as good as its actual results, right? Well, the sources back this up with verified outcomes from real Australian NDIS providers who are using this exact engine. Let's look at what's actually happening on the ground. This quote from Sarah M., a director at Haven Care Housing and SIL, really hits the nail on the head. She says, within 45 days, all our SIL vacancies hit 100% occupancy with an active waiting list. The notes behind this case study show she was previously bleeding $18,000 a month in holding costs. That bleed was completely stopped just by dominating local search. And it's all about rapid capacity optimization across the board. Horizon Disability Services, 100% SIL occupancy in 45 days with 3 new agreements. Chloe at Haven Care Solutions filled her 4th SDA home in just 3 weeks. And it's not just housing. Apex Allied Health pulled in 19 highly qualified OT and physio leads in their first 21 days. The data clearly shows this specific strategy converts high-intent participants no matter what care model you're running. Digging into that allied health example, Dr. Alina from Apex Allied Health said they generated $52,000 in new plan revenue in just 60 days. and their OT waitlist is now booked out for 6 months. The generic agencies fail here because they have absolutely no idea what a functional capacity assessment is, but a specialized engine speaks directly to those exact high-value needs. When you look at the added plan value and ROI timelines, they are fast. Synergy Support Coordination added $64,000 in just 30 days. Horizon Youth Care added $78,000 in 60 days. Coastal Horizon Respite booked $110,000 in 60 days. The financial turnaround for these businesses is incredibly aggressive. So, from a pure business perspective, how do you sell this to providers who have already been burned by bad marketing? The sources highlight a grand slam risk reversal offer. And the core of it is crazy bold: 2 guaranteed clients. The exact guarantee is, if we don't generate you 2 guaranteed clients per month through our proven method within 30 days, we are going to work for free until you get one. No fine print, no excuses. That is an extreme level of risk reversal. Provider Rank is taking 100% of the financial risk onto themselves, which psychologically is an incredibly compelling trigger for a hesitant business owner. To make this scalable, they use a tiered model with 0 lock-in contracts. There's a starter tier at $1,200 a month for local Google Maps dominance and core SEO. The growth tier at $2,400 adds in support coordinator network syndication. And the Dominate tier at $4,500 includes done-for-you Google Ads and custom funnels. It's perfectly designed to scale, whether you're a small local provider or a massive organization. But there is a massive catch here: strict exclusivity. They only accept a maximum of 5 providers per region. Why claim your region now? Because local search dominance is a zero-sum game. With 0 lock-in contracts and optimization starting within 48 hours, if a provider waits, a direct competitor is literally going to lock them out of their own catchment area. The Provider Rank case study proves that targeted, industry-specific systems can completely save a struggling sector. So, are you ready to stop being invisible and claim your region? It leaves us with a fascinating question. As these niche acquisition engines get smarter, are generic marketing agencies going to become totally obsolete in specialized fields like the NDIS? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and keep learning.